In today's video, we'll be replacing the in-cabin air filter. The car that you're looking at is a 2011 Infiniti M56, but the process should be the same and should apply for the 2011 and up Infiniti M platform, M37, M56, M35 hybrid, and Q70. So the in-cabin air filter is located inside your dash components, and it's behind the glove box, so we'll need to remove this glove box right here and then get to it. The only tool you really need is this is a Phillips head screwdriver. Power tool's optional, but I prefer not to use them when there's potential to strip something. So one thing I'd like to mention is what we'll be removing, this thing right here, the one that swings. You'll notice that when you open your glove box, it comes down slowly. There's a damper. We'll focus on that whenever we need to, but I just wanted to make you aware of that. And obviously this does swing on a certain angle, so there's a hinge over there. It's got a pivot point, so it hinges and that, and then we'll be removing this side cover as well. So first thing I want to do, let's address the main glove box. To remove the glove box, the main thing you do is open this, and then at this point you want to lift it up, pull it upwards this way. Okay, so listen out. Hear the pops? Same thing. That's it. At this point you've detached it from the hinges, and as you can see it is hanging loose. Okay, then you're going to push it that way, at least my method. Push it that way, bring the hinge down, pull the hinge down towards you, and then push it towards the driver, and then pull this top part out. And look at that, it swings free. Okay, then pull it, and then it is free. So the damper, right now it's still being held by the damper, and the damper is usually back here. Sometimes when you do this it just snaps all the way loose, but today, whoa, it did. Okay, I'll show you what's happening over there. So when I was moving it from right to left, what I was doing was disconnecting this hook. You've got a hook here and another one here. This is just protrusions, and then you've got slots in here, one here and another one here, and those are the stops. Basically that's how far back they go. Then this right here, this is your damper. It's a string, and then this one here hooks onto this side right here on your glove box. So that's what I was going to remove it, but in trying to grab the camera it just snapped off. So let's put this glove box off to the side, and then at this point we're going to remove this panel, this interior panel. But before that I need to remove the side cover because this is going to be holding it. So for this one it's pretty easy though. Just get some contact and pull it out towards you this way. And then out backwards, and that's it. Pretty simple. Then on the way in you'll just slide them in through the slots and then push it in. Okay, second one down. The third thing, as I said, the other thing that you need to focus on is going to be this panel, the main panel. And for the main panel you usually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. There's another one in there. I don't know if you can see that. So that's why we need our Phillips head screwdrivers. Well, this one's missing on mine. I don't know where that went to, but I guess I'll be the one responsible for it. And then all you do is just pull this backwards. You'll notice that down here you got something attached to it, and all you have to do is just pull it down like this. That's it. So this one is almost all the way out, but it's attached to, you've got what, 2 electrical connectors. One is this trunk cancel switch, and then the light. I personally am not going to bother removing them. I'll be able to do what I need to do. What you're aiming for is that area in there. This is the thing that was connected to it. Your kick panel that has your footwell lighting, and I'm going to leave this one dangling as well. Okay, let's get closer. So this part right here is what you need. This is your point of focus, and what you need to do, there's a little switch or trigger, whatever you want to call it. You're going to push the outside first this way, then pull the whole assembly outwards, and then pull it off to the right side, because this goes into a slot over here. Okay, and there you go. There's your in-cabin air filter. This one here has been sitting for a while in this car. It's pretty tough to get in. It's aftermarket. It's not exactly OEM, but I think I've had it running in here for what, 2.5 years? I know they recommend like 1 year, but this is it. Oh, spider, great. So this is a TYC. I'm trying to find the part number. It doesn't even have a part number on it, but I have it in my book. Because of the forced air system, I was trying to run an experiment back in the day, and after running my experiment for way longer than I should have, I'll tell you, because I had another M56 running the grape system, yeah, it works. These aftermarket things and all that, nah, not for me. And I've made a video where I was talking about the grape, the different filter options, and this is the filter that I bought. Part number 27277 1MEOC, and I already opened it. Oh well, I guess it was open on the other side. And this is the filter. And there you go. You have a part number and everything, right? And I've talked about installation in a different video, where at this point, this one tells you up. So when you install it up, which is great. Again, in that proper direction video, I mentioned that airflow is usually down. So that's great because you want this to come in contact with the air coming in. All right, so let's go ahead and install that. Push it in. I usually like to leave the side with writings on the outside, but first you just want to take a look in there. Mine looks clean because the filter wasn't too dirty. I don't expect anything crazy to have fallen in there. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Put this in there. So I like the part with the writing sticking out so I can easily read it, plus it gives you something to grab on the way out. So just push it in there and it sits in there. So at this point, go ahead and install this. This is the back, the opposite of what it looks like. So this is the outside, and as I said, this slot goes in here. You have a slot for it, and then on this side you have this flexible trigger. You push this and pull the whole assembly out. On the way in, push that, and I'm trying to turn it. It's well connected. Then just go ahead and push it in. Okay, and at this point, installation is the reverse of removal. So go ahead and put everything back just the way you found it. So here's the first one. By the way, I've made a different video where I was talking about this. This cartridge right here is the one that holds the damper string. So when I pull this string, this one here, it's spring loaded to give it resistance. Do you see inside there? Yeah, that's it. I have a different video on it. The video was on an M45, I think, but it should give you a decent idea of what's going on. I'll post it in the description box. Okay, so this is good. Get my 7 screws and install all of them. Trying to remember which one is the most effective at this point. This one is so deep in there. You know why? You know what? That's why they have a 7th one. This is going to be the most effective one. Just hold it in there. Okay, there you go, that's holding. So now I'll put all the others. Might I skip one? Maybe, I suppose, because I don't know where the other one went to. I don't know why I didn't catch it last time I did it. Maybe it was already missing and I decided just to leave it alone. I'm not sure, can't recall. Here's the last one. Who's gonna miss one? I'm gonna end up skipping this hole right here. I'll just put the last one here. Balancing the forces. Obviously, there's a reason the factory put 7. But, well, what can I do? Can't get a spare one right now. If I ever get one in the future, I'll do it. But for now, that's good enough. And that's it. So remember that panel down there? The one I said was I could have removed or should have removed earlier. Well, this is it. You've got this point which hooks into a slot in the back, and then you've got this part right here which will just push in. So you could disconnect the harness if you wanted to, but no need for me. Swing it this way and then push it. You can feel with your hands. I'm trying to look for this point. I found it. It's in there. All I can say is look for it. Perfect. So at this point, as you can see, it's kind of swinging, right? Then just push up. Align it with this and just click. 3 clicks and that's it. That's good. Let's get this other one here, and I already showed you how to deal with that one. That's it. Make sure it snaps. Okay, now gonna have a little bit of a fight. It's not really that bad, honestly, but remember the connection points. One, you've got this protrusion here and a matching one on the other side. Those are the ones that go into the slots. You've got this part right here, which is where the damper connection goes into, and then you've got these points at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Those points go into these slots over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is where that's a hinge connection basically. Okay, so we'll do it in a few steps. Let's see if this works out. During installation, what you want to do is start with the damper. The damper in here, and the damper goes right here. Okay, there's a male component here, there's a female, and on the damper connection there's gonna be both. All right, so male, female. And when you install the damper, this is what that looks like. See this? Oh, I can't really show you, it's all the way in there. But hook the female part here into the male protrusion here, and then this one here into the bottom. So this is how you install this one onto the glove box, like this, with the protrusion facing the right side. All right, did you hear that snap? So now it's holding, okay? And as you can see, it can let go of that. With the damper holding, snaps off. Just gotta be careful. Hope you're not doing it for video. Okay, clicked in again, and you want to lift everything align this pin into the slot like that, and then slide this other one forward, and there it is. So at this point, if you pull back, it's gonna catch. That's the whole point of that slot. Okay, then bring this up, and I can't show this on video, just try to work with me, work with your imagination. Remember those hooks I showed you down there? You want to hook those into the hinge points, into the hinges, and then push this forward, push the bottom forward until it's catching something, right? It's hinging down, right? But then remember, you have to pull up on the removal point. So now push down. You want to bring this up as close as possible towards closing, then push down. Did you hear that? Again. And that's it. And that's it. You are done. Test it. Make sure everything is working like it should. Congratulations.